Yeah, this is Tim with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised here. I'm going to go ahead and start this video actually out on a Google search page. I just have the website pulled up, so we will look at that here in just a second. Now, I went ahead and I typed in roofing Leavenworth, Kansas. So right where you guys are located at, buyer intent keyword, meaning, this is somebody searching for a roofing company within your guys' area. Now, I looked at the website a little bit. I know that you're servicing the Kansas City Metro. Now, you're going to have to let me know if that's both sides of Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas. But without a doubt there, we'll go ahead and start here. So we see a few companies running these Google guaranteed ads. Definitely a great option if you're looking to expand into a new area and start generating yourself leads. But really the long-term option, best ROI is going to be ranking organically, right? Now, within Leavenworth, you can do that two ways. So you can do that through your business profile, which you guys are currently, or you can do it through your website, which you guys are on the first page for as well. So you're pretty good when it comes to the Leavenworth area. Now, the only problem is there's not a ton of search volume for roofing and within this area. So you're probably generating yourselves, maybe a handful or more leads per month through your business profile and website. But that's probably where you're going to top out at, okay? So what I want to go ahead and take a look at is go back over to your website. Now, with you servicing the Kansas City Metro, if it's both sides of Kansas City and Missouri, then you definitely want to start building out service area pages within your website and target not only Kansas City but Overland Park, Olathe, on the Missouri side like Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Independence, things of that nature. So those are areas right outside of Kansas City. They're going to have their own search volume. They're a little bit easier to rank for, and you can start generating yourself leads within those areas right away. Not right away, but within a shorter amount of time than being able to do it for Kansas City itself. Kansas City is going to have the most search volume, but it's going to be quite a bit harder to actually rank for, right? So you should start by generating yourself leads in these smaller areas and then targeting the larger area when it comes down to it. Now, also, we both know this website is quite a few years old. Looks like back in 2015, so we're pushing 8 years old, which wouldn't be a huge thing, but also you don't really have tons of content within here as well. Okay, and content is really going to throw relevancy to your website, and also we can provide keywords within that content too as well. So most likely you're going to want to update the website. Get a fresher looking one, something that looks good to the eye, what everybody's used to now, and then, create new content and keyword research within it as well. And what that all does is it allows you to really tell Google exactly what you're trying to rank for and kind of take the guesswork away from them, right? So tell them exactly what we're trying to rank for, have the content, have the keywords, and so on and so forth. And doing all that and then building up strength and trust within Google is really going to push you into these rankings, okay? So you have on-page SEO, which would be all the content keywords, and then you have that off-page SEO, which is building up that strength and trust within Google, okay? And that's where you can really start to tip over the edge. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw you into this paid program called Ahrefs. Gives me this dashboard of numbers that we can do a comparison between. So I'm not going to go ahead and pick anybody in Leavenworth to compare. I'm going to go ahead and I chose the top competitor within Kansas City. So you can also see the big difference, right? So these first two numbers here that this program has generated me are your strength and trust ratings that Google has for your particular website, okay? Now they're ranked out of 100. So we can tell the strength and trust that you have is quite low, okay? Now, even so, generally once you hit about a 30 and above rating for each of these, you can consider to be pretty powerful of a website at that point, okay? So, now even at that 30, we know we're still quite low, so we got to build that strength and trust up. And you do that through these backlinks, which is simply put any clickable text or image linking one website to another, and they're all held within these different referring domains. And referring domains are going to be crucial for you too because you need them to be authoritative, meaning they're going to have high strength and trust within Google already. So once you do acquire that backlink, it's definitely going to help your ratings in return. Now you are indexing for a decent amount of keywords, but it's only bringing you about 70 or so traffic, okay? And I've looked at your keywords already. And, The first three are the company name. Okay. Now, the second one here might be associated with you guys specifically since the lower search volume, but these other two are way too high of a search volume to be, associated with your company alone in the Leavenworth area. Okay. Even the Kansas City area at that instance. So these are going to be nationwide keyword searches, and it's not really going to generate you true traffic or buyers of your guys's services really within your area. Okay, but you do have some other keywords within here, right? Roofing companies near Leavenworth, roofing companies near Lansing. Let's see here. I thought I saw a couple other ones before. Roofing Kansas City, Kansas. Roofers, Kansas City, Kansas, Roofing Company, Topeka. So you have some keywords within here that have that buyer intent behind them, but you're not currently ranking on the first page for many of them besides Leavenworth area, right? So here's where I want to take a look at. I'm going to go ahead and back up this a couple times. So this is Christian Brothers. This is going to be your top competitor when it comes to keywords involving Kansas City. Okay, so if you type in roofing Kansas City or roofing company Kansas City, this is going to be what comes up, right? So if we type in roofing Kansas City, right, first position, Christian Brothers. Okay, so this is going to be your top competitor, and as you can see, there's quite a few companies ranking within here already. Now the search volume is large enough to where all these companies are going to get a pretty good bang for their buck out of this. So if we go ahead and take a look, strength and trust that they have is quite good. Not to that specific benchmark of 30 yet, but they're getting there, right? And they're going to keep pushing towards that as well. Now they're also indexing for over 3,000 keywords, and this is where a blog can help out a website too. So blog is going to push relevancy or relevant content to your website every single time you post. It's going to help keep people within your website longer, which all helps boost your rankings up too. And then as well, it can not only help you index for more keywords, but actually push up the buyer intent keywords in your rankings for those too. Okay, so 3 different things that a blog can help out with, and you can see they're bringing in over 4,000 traffic. Now I clicked into their keywords, and then to kind of scroll through and pick all the buyer intent keywords for Kansas City, I decided to just pick out Kansas City within the keyword so we don't have to scroll through all the different blog keywords. And if it wants to load for me, we'll actually be able to take a look here. Okay, so you see all the roofing Kansas City keywords. How people type this in is different too. You have the Missouri side, you have Kansas side, you have Kansas City alone without putting a state on there. You have roofing company, roofing repair, roofing contractor, companies plural, contractors plural, whatever it may be, gutter installation. You have all these different keywords, and it's thousands of search volume for all of these. Okay, and we can see they're practically first page, but for 3 of these different keywords, right? And these are all different gutter and Kansas City keywords, so they're on the first page for all the roofing ones, and they're generating themselves 100 plus leads per month easily on average. Because industry standard from a buyer intent keyword as such, 30% or 25 to 30% of that traffic should turn to a lead for the company, right? So they're doing exceptional when it comes to this, and this is what you need to be able to replicate, right? But again, you don't have to go straight for Kansas City's neck. You can go for Overland Park, Olathe, Baser. On the Missouri side, you have anywhere from Blue Springs, Lee's Summit, Independence, Raymore, Gladstone, areas like that that have search volume, within the 100 plus range. So you could still generate yourself a handful or more leads for each of those areas as well, and end up with a couple dozen or so leads for Kansas City Metro as a whole. So that's where I would probably start targeting those specific areas, but you're going to really need to take a look at the website and probably just sometimes it's easier in most instances, and it looks like you need a refresh anyways to just build out a new one. They're not the most expensive thing ever, and it's going to give you return on investment almost instantly. So if you have any further questions or concerns, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have, elaborate on anything in this video that I talked about as well, Contact info is down below in the email. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.